Hi folks, it's Bob again from Mountain Crest Farms. Today we're going to do another little repair and maintenance video for your chainsaw. It'll be on my Stihl MS310, but this is true of most all chainsaws, and it's a problem that can pop up. Chain jumping off, not staying on the bar like it should, even when you've got it properly tensioned. You don't have to spend a lot of money putting the saw in the shop. You don't have to spend a lot of money on shop time. You don't have to spend a lot of money on parts. I'm going to show you how to do what's about a $75 repair in the shop for under 10 bucks and in 5 minutes by doing it yourself, which is what a frugal homesteader would do. I'll see you in just a minute. Okay folks, here's all you're going to need to fix a skipping chain. If you're throwing your chain, you've got it, you keep it adjusted right, it's not way loose, and still when you get in just a tiny little bit of a bind, it's throwing the chain. I'm fixing to show you what's wrong with it and the simple fix. Now, mine's a Stihl MS310. It's an older saw, about 10 years old. The parts for this saw, remember, Stihl, you've got to get your parts from Stihl, right? Wrong. There is plenty of aftermarket stuff that is good quality parts. But the parts for this, what I'm going to show you, from Stihl, you need two parts. One of them's $22, one of them's almost $7. Tax and everything, you're looking at $30 in parts. I'm going to show you what parts to get, from where to get them, for it's either $7.81 or $8.81. I think it's $7.81. It'll be off of Amazon, and if you're a Prime member, that's including the shipping, of course. And these are the only three tools you need, and you really don't need all three. Your chainsaw wrench is the only thing you need for this, but small screwdriver, needle nose pliers, they make it a little bit easier. So let's take a look and see what's wrong here and how to fix it. Pull your bar off, and I certainly hope y'all know how to do this, because if you don't know how to do this, then you're not doing any of your maintenance, and my God, you're wasting a lot of money. Most chainsaw maintenance, all chainsaw maintenance, is easy to do and inexpensive. Most chainsaw repairs are easy to do. Now, there are some repairs that I could probably do. I will not attempt, and the reason is, if you get halfway into a job, don't find out you don't know how to do what you're doing, have to take it to a shop, they're going to hit you real hard for trying to take the business away from them to start with. So, pull your bar off, and take a look right in here. Let's see, I don't know if you can see it very good from the camera, but take a look right here at these teeth. See how worn they are? See the grooves that are cut in them? If that wears out, your chain is going to start jumping. Jumping off, won't stay where it's supposed to, and won't stay on the bar, and won't stay on the bar. So what you have to do is replace this, and it comes as one piece. This and this are one piece. It's a drum, just like that. Nice and simple. It's a clutch drum. You'll see why here in just a minute. And right down in there, underneath this C-clip, is a little bearing. $22 from your Stihl dealer. $7 from your Stihl dealer. $7.81 from the link I'll leave you down in the description. Get it to this point, first thing you do is pop this little C-clip off. Don't lose it, because then you got to run to town and get another C-clip. Pop the C-clip off. Take this little washer off. Don't forget to put it back on. You might have to fight with this a bit to get it off. Remember, it's been on there for however long it took you to wear this out. Okay, we skipped a little bit there. You have to fight to get that thing loose. And seeing as how this is a family-oriented channel, I figured I better cut out some of the cussing. Right there, that's what you're replacing. That's it. And right there are those cage bearings. Probably don't need to replace them. Do it anyway. They come with the bearing. Now, see how it's worn? If your chain gets a little bit out of adjustment, you adjust it right, but you start using it and it starts stretching, especially a new chain. When it's worn like this, you can see how tall that's supposed to be. You can see how worn down it is. Your chain will start jumping. And besides jumping, it can come off the bar because of it. So, all you do is pull that off. Put your new one back on. I did leave out one thing I will show you here in just a minute. It's easier to put this on and then this is about to irritate me. I'm going to cuss here in a minute, family channel or not. Okay, now you want to make sure this is seated well. So if I were you, I would give it a little tap. Okay, brought in another tool. You'll know you've got it down far enough if you put this on. And it's down far enough to put the C-clip back on. Then you got the new drum seated far enough. If you can't get the C-clip into that little groove where it goes, then the drum's not seated well. There. Now, the only thing left to do is put your bar and chain back on, which I usually find to be a fairly frustrating endeavor. You didn't change anything, so it should fit back on without moving the adjuster, although if you loosen the adjuster just a bit so this pin moves back just a hair, it'll go on better. Now, one thing that some people are probably going to comment on is, you need to clean that saw up. Yes, I do. I took it apart and I'm putting it back together and I'm not getting all the sawdust out. I'm not getting all the goop and gunk and junk out. And yes, I should, but I'm not. I gotta save that for the next video. So put it back together that far. Get your nuts down. Finger tight. I like to go with finger tight. How tight is this chain supposed to be? Obviously that's too loose. How tight is tight enough? Well, I'll show you how I do it. I'm not going to say this is what you've got to do. I'm going to say this is how I do it. That's too loose. It's sagging at the bottom. And see how easy it turns? So it's obviously not too tight. I come over here on the side, and with the saw sitting up, and it tightened up where that doesn't cut, where your bar doesn't come up and down. Come over here to the adjuster, tighten it up just a little bit. If I can get it into the slot. Tighten it up a little bit. Nothing sagging down here. Still turns easy. Snug it just a hair more. Still a little bit loose down there, not sagging. Still turns extremely easy. Tighten it up just a hair more. I keep going until I get a little bit, there you go. See, I'm getting a little bit of resistance, not a lot. I can still turn it without gloves on. When you got to put on leather gloves to do this, you got it too tight. When it'll turn like that, you've got it tight enough, and it's time to come back over here, tighten these up. And that's it. $8 and $7.81 for this, plus this from a store on Amazon called HIPA, H-I-P-A. That's where I get all my small engine stuff. $7.81 if you're prime, no shipping, versus almost $30 plus the shop bill if you take it into the Stihl dealer to do what I just did in, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. So, a frugal homesteader does DIY repairs. There's one that'll save you some money.
Well, folks, that's about it. You've got a chainsaw, Stihl or otherwise. I talk about Stihl because that's what I've got, but Stihl or otherwise, you got a chainsaw that's throwing the chain. You know you've got it tensioned right. You know that the bar is straight. You've checked to make sure it's straight, not bent. And if it's throwing the chain, or if it's jumping, it seems to be jumping on the sprocket, what I just showed you is the fix. You need a new clutch drum sprocket put on it. Now, you can spend $30 on parts, and about anywhere from $25 to $50 for a dealer, because that's all that can work on Stihl chainsaws. They're the only people that can get Stihl parts. You can spend another $25 to $50 on a dealer to work on it and wind up with anywhere from $50 to $75 in repair. And your chainsaw will be down for 2 or 3 weeks because they stay backed up. Not that Stihls break down a lot, they don't, but they're real popular, and Stihl dealers stay full because there's so many out there. Or you can do what I did. You can do what I just showed you. Spend about $8. And link is in the description below, along with a link to the HIPA store on Amazon, which is where I get all my small engine stuff. You can spend about $8 in 10 minutes, fix it yourself, and be back cutting. Now, on inexpensive parts like that, an $8 part, or $5 for 2 replacement filters for this saw, instead of $12 for a Stihl replacement, I suggest having the inexpensive parts around. I've always got a clutch drum around. I've usually got a clutch assembly, but I don't right now. I've always got a spare part, a spark plug. My last video about the coil, You can find it. I think I've got it right over here in this corner. It might be that corner. I'm confused. I live confused. I don't keep a coil around usually, but certainly the maintenance stuff, gas filter, things like that, always keep spares. And the HIPAA store on Amazon is where I get all my small engine stuff. And I will link specifically, I will link to that store, and I will link specifically to the clutch drum that I put on today. So if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up down there, somewhere down there. Give me a thumbs up. And if you like the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And when you subscribe, hit that little bell down there so that you'll get notifications when I do a new video. And got a lot of new subscribers came over from North Country Off Grid. I wanted to say welcome. This is the first video I've done since y'all came over in the last couple days. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Mountain Crest Farms. I hope you enjoy it. And as always, I want y'all to come back. That's always too. Keep coming back. I want y'all to have a great day. But as always, don't ever forget, the tomb was empty, and he is alive. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.